Oh, baby, we're back. Penguin episode 2 review. Yeah, that came natural. But I'm back. It's been a minute, been super busy, whatnot, but we're back for episode 2. Flat out of the gate, badass. Okay? That's my review, just right out of the gate. Awesome, badass, go watch it. This isn't going to be a review nitpicking or saying how it's worse than the first one or not as good. Quite frankly, I thought, me and my personal opinion, this one was vastly better than the first one. The first episode, and I liked the first episode quite a lot, but I think what I love so much about this show and what other people love about this show that actually became something that we weren't entirely expecting was that just how much of a conniving little bastard Penguin is, old Oz Cobb in this show, when it comes to how he manipulates each family and always has that backup plan, you know? Like, I personally never would have thought this character is that kind, you know? Like, not that they got that, like, cool, slick, kind of suave style to him, but they, like, he's always in the know. He's always got that, like, 2 steps ahead kind of play where they play off in the show, like, what's he gonna do, or what's gonna happen, how's he gonna get out of it, but he's already, like, 2 or 3 steps ahead. You know, this one, I think, was a little bit more energetic to me. You know, the first one was a lot of build-up and a lot of setup and a lot of talking, which I have no problem with, but this one, I was on a little bit more suspense, you know, the way and I'm not going to go into a whole ton of spoilers, but the way they set up a lot of things with the Penguin and trying to cover his ass and all the manipulation aspects he's doing to all these different crime families, the way they set up these scenarios he's put in where you're like, oh my God, how's he going to get out of it, or what's he going to do, really kind of keep you, like, engaged the entire time. I think this dynamic he's building with Sophia Falcone, which she's crushing it. Like, she is, like, one of those just perfectly cast actresses that looks like at one minute you're like, you know, maybe she's normal, maybe she's all right, and then she just snaps. And you can see, like, oh my God, okay, like, I believe she was at Arkham Asylum for a while. Like, she is, like, twisted, like she's got something deep down that there's an issue about, that they kind of remind you here and there just to keep you like, oh yeah, she's not great. But I really like so far in these two how they're really establishing and setting up kind of Penguin's potential beginning foundation to his growth into the Penguin, the edgelord, not the edgelord, the crime boss, the crime lord, right? And I haven't watched the preview for the 3rd episode yet. You know, I really don't know what exactly is going to happen. I keep forgetting to check that out. I'm going to have to check it out later. But I think this is going to be a very interesting to see where everyone's thoughts and my own thoughts are about the show right now in Oswald compared to after episode 8. Because just recently, Colin Farrell spoke about how he said he'll be very surprised if anyone likes or is sympathetic to Oswald by the end of the show. Now, he didn't speak about why or how exactly, but he just spoke about how I guess they're intending us, because, I mean, let's not forget, he is the Penguin, he is a murderer, and he, like, as entertaining as he is to watch. That's something with DC villains, actually, where you always sometimes forget, like, as sadistic and evil as they are, we love watching them, right? They're so entertaining. Like, everybody loves the Joker, and quite frankly, we probably shouldn't, right? But truth be told, some people are theorizing that by the end he might kill someone, a certain other side character, his Robin, if you will, at the moment, that could lead him to that. I don't know. That'd be interesting. That'd be a bold move for it. But so far, they're crushing it. Matt Reeves and Colin Farrell and all of them are crushing it with this TV show. I'm happy to see that it's also kind of turning a lot of people who weren't necessarily fans of the Batman film. I've seen some people kind of branch out to want to go revisit that film now that this has sparked their interest in it. So this might be a good gateway for some fans to kind of get back into that world or understand it or become fans of it, which is cool, right? The more fans we get of just any Batman universe in general is great. But final thoughts on the episode. Again, like I said, I liked it personally more than the first one. I thought it was more suspense, more kind of dramatic. It kept me engaged a little bit more. I'm really interested to see this manipulative game that he's playing with Maroni and Sophia and the Falcone family right now. The way he gets people, you know, murdered, or basically calls them out as traitors, who are characters that you would almost guess would be kind of very full seasoned characters, you know, is really good. It almost kind of, I don't want to say this too early on, but someone who ends up dying in this particular episode, I thought would have been in there a lot longer. And it almost makes me have that same feeling of Game of Thrones a bit, where the more the show progresses, maybe this will turn into one where, you know, no character is safe. You know, no one that you would expect or as a series regular, you know, they're a regular until they're not, right? Until something crazy happens that shuts them down and, you know, he gets them killed or manipulates them or something like that. It's very interesting. They keep playing on the subplot with his mom a bit. I think if it's just a way to humanize him a little bit, I'm not sure, kind of show that side for you to resonate with him a little bit or feel for him. But I think I'm just guessing that's going to all blow up at some manner. You know, there's a little bit of hint that he doesn't let people know, especially people he work with, that his mom is alive. And so that's just, to me, asking for eventually someone finding out and all shit hits the fan and, you know, he's got to go save her or something happens to his mom, right? But all in all, this is so ridiculous, but I still have some sort of belief that the Batman might show up, which I know people have watched the entire series, so I'm not, but I still would love that. But I just, right now, the world building of this Gotham, being able to see it and more of the groundwork of it is really entertaining. You know, it's just so weird because with how much stuff this happens, you're like, where is Batman? You know, like when he had that whole double cross go wrong with all the armored cars or guns and the GCPD. To be honest, whether he's in it or not, right now I could ask a little bit from the show of like, them at least mentioning him, you know, when shit hits the fan or a big bus goes down or a gang war or a gunfight that's huge, I still feel like there should be somewhat of a mention of like one of the guys being like, yeah, the bat showed up a little bit later, or we just barely missed the bat, or we're lucky he didn't show up, or some side, you know, conversations about them mentioning that he just, you know, stopped something, you know, or someone heard that one of their like drops business got dropped by him or whatnot. But, you know, it is kind of interesting because there was a newspaper out for that show that kind of implied, like, writing that he hadn't been seen for quite some time, too. Now, that's interesting, isn't it? But anyway, go watch it. Awesome episode. Really enjoyable. I'll be back again for episode 3 review, and I'm going to drop some more videos hopefully soon. I think I might drop a Joker review here soon. So, yeah, thank you. Take care.